Condos are one of the most misunderstood property types in the Denver market. For some buyers, they are the perfect fit. Lower price point, zero exterior maintenance, downtown location, and a lifestyle that genuinely works for how they live. For other buyers, they turn into a source of frustration. HOA fees that keep climbing, rules that they did not read carefully enough, and appreciation that does not keep pace with single-family homes that their friends bought. So today, I'm going to give you the real picture, the genuine pros and the genuine cons, and how to figure out whether a condo is the right move for your situation. So I'm DC Turner with Navigating Denver, and I'm a licensed real estate broker, and I work with buyers across the full Denver metro, from downtown high-rises to suburban single-family homes. So let's get into it. First, a quick framing point, because condo ownership is structurally different from owning a house, and that difference matters. When you buy a condo, you own your individual unit, the interior space from the walls in. Everything outside of your unit, the hallways, the roof, exterior walls, parking structure, lobby, gym, pool, it's owned collectively by all the owners and managed by the condo association. And that association is run by a board, funded by monthly fees paid by every owner, and governed by a set of documents called the CC&Rs, Covenants, Conditions, and Restrictions. So in Colorado, the Condo Association is also governed by the Colorado Common Interest Ownership Act, which establishes how associations form, budget, and operate. Understanding that ownership structure is the foundation for everything else we're going to cover, because the pros and cons of condo ownership flow directly from it. So the first and most significant advantage of condo ownership is the price. So in the Denver metro right now, the median sales price for a single family home is sitting around $645,000. The median price for condos and townhomes combined is approximately $390,000. That is a gap of more than $250,000 at the median. And for a first-time buyer trying to get into the market, the difference is enormous. So a lower purchase price means a smaller down payment, smaller loan, and lower monthly principal and interest. It puts homeownership within reach for buyers who cannot yet qualify for a single-family home in Denver's price environment. And it allows buyers to start building equity and stop paying rent while they save towards a larger purchase down the road. For entry-level buyers in this market, a condo is often not a compromise. It is a strategic first step. So the second major advantage is what condo ownership does not require of you. Exterior maintenance, landscaping, snow removal, roof repairs, parking lot upkeep, none of that is your problem. The association handles it, funded by your monthly HOA fees. For buyers who travel frequently, work long hours, or simply do not want to spend their weekends on home maintenance, this is a genuine quality of life benefit. This is also a significant advantage for buyers who are new to home ownership and who do not yet have a handle on what maintaining a property actually costs and involves. A condo insulates you from a lot of those decisions while you get your bearings. The flip side, and we will get into this, is that you are paying for that convenience every month, whether you use it or not, and you have limited control over how efficiently that money is spent. Many Denver condos come with amenities that would be genuinely out of reach for a single-family homeowner at a comparable price point. Rooftop decks, resort-style pools, fitness centers, co-working lounges, concierge services, dog parks, and EV charging. These are features that cost real money to build and maintain, and they are shared across the entire building, so the per-unit cost is much more manageable. Now, location is the other piece. A significant portion of Denver's condo inventory is concentrated in the urban core. Downtown, Lodo, Rhino, Capitol Hill, Cherry Creek, Highlands. These are walkable, transit-connected neighborhoods where a car is optional for daily errands. For buyers who want to be close to restaurants, nightlife, their office, and the energy of the city, the condo's location is part of the value proposition, not just a nice bonus. So one more advantage worth calling out is security and flexibility. Modern Denver condo buildings typically have controlled access, secure parking, package delivery systems, and in higher-end buildings, 24-hour concierge. For buyers who live alone, travel for work, or simply value the peace of mind of a secured building, this is a real benefit. The lock and leave lifestyle is also something condo owners consistently cite as a major quality of life factor. No lawn to maintain while they are gone, no exterior concerns, no wondering if the gutters are overflowing. You lock the door, leave, and the building continues to run without you. For frequent travelers and outdoor enthusiasts spending weekends in the mountains, that is genuinely valuable. So now let's talk about the real costs, because this is where condo ownership gets complicated for a lot of buyers. The HOA fee is the monthly payment every condo owner makes to fund the association's operations. So in Denver, these fees typically run about $200 to $500 per month for most buildings, though high-rise luxury buildings can run significantly higher. Here's what the fee generally covers: building insurance on the structure and common areas, water, trash, exterior maintenance and landscaping, shared amenity upkeep such as the pools, gyms, parking garages, etc. And don't forget management company fees and contribution to the reserve fund, which is a savings account the association uses for major future repairs such as roof replacements or, parking lot resurfacing, things like that. The critical thing to understand is that the HOA fees are not fixed. They can and do increase over time. And in Colorado's current insurance environment, where hail exposure and wildfire risks have pushed building insurance premiums up significantly, many associations have raised their fees to keep pace. So when you're evaluating a condo purchase, do not just look at the current HOA fee. Ask to review the association's budgets and financials. A well-run association with healthy reserves is very different from an underfunded one that has been deferring maintenance for years. And just realize, if you're getting a loan for this purchase, your lender is going to be doing that same thing. So remember, the HOA fee gets added on top of your mortgage payment, property taxes, and insurance when calculating your total monthly housing cost. So make sure you're running the full number, not just the mortgage. So this is one thing that catches condo buyers most off guard, and it's important enough that I want to give it its own section. A special assessment is a one-time charge levied by the HOA when a major repair or expense exceeds what is available in the reserve fund. Roof replacement, elevator overhaul, parking structure repair, exterior painting, these are not hypotheticals. They happen in buildings across Denver every single day. Special assessments can range from a few $100s to tens of thousands of dollars per unit, depending on the scope of work and how many owners are in the building. And unlike your mortgage payment, a special assessment is often due in a lump sum or on an accelerated payment schedule. The way to protect yourself is due diligence before you buy. Request the association's reserve study. This document analyzes the building's major systems and estimates future repairs, costs, and timelines. Ask what percentage funded the reserves are. A well-funded association running at 70% or above is in good shape. An association running at 30 or 40% funded is a yellow flag that could mean a special assessment is coming. Your agent should be helping you interpret these documents before you go under contract, not after. So here's the trade-off that matters for buyers thinking about long-term investment picture. Condos historically appreciate at a slower rate than single-family homes. So in Denver, that pattern has held generally true. A 2024 National Association of Realtors analysis shows single-family home prices rising about 6% annually, while condo prices rose 4.5% over the same period. Over a 10-year period, that gap compounds into a meaningful difference in equity. The reason is straightforward. You cannot expand a condo, you cannot add a bedroom, finish the basement, or build an addition. The unit is the unit. Single-family homes have more pathways to added value through improvements, expansion, and land appreciation. This does not make condos a bad investment. It makes them a different investment. If you buy a condo as a first step into home ownership, build equity over 5 to 7 years, then roll that equity into a larger purchase, the math can work very well. Going in with accurate expectations about appreciation is what matters. So here's something most people don't realize. Condos typically have more financing restrictions, particularly if you're using a government-backed loan such as VA or FHA. And the reason for this is due to some cons we've already discussed. So like I mentioned before, The higher HOA dues associated with condos are taken into account for your mortgage approval. That $500 fee lowers your max monthly payment by, you guessed it, $500. So another piece, like I mentioned before, is the financial health of the association and the likelihood of special assessments. During the mortgage process, your lender will evaluate the financial health of the association. They want to protect their investment. It isn't impossible for a condo association to go bankrupt, and that will impact the value of their investment. This could lead to a decline in value, and now the borrower is upside down. Not a good situation for either you or the lender. Or if they have to do a special assessment and you don't have $50,000 to pay, there might be problems. You might walk away from the property and now they have to foreclose. Or maybe you don't walk away, but since you can't pay the $50,000 the condo association might have to foreclose on you, and they have the power to do so. At the end of the day, the lender only wants to lend on a building in good financial health. All of these financing restrictions can lead to longer loan closing timelines. Condo financing can sometimes take 45 to 60 days instead of the typical 30 days. The last category of cons involves something a lot of buyers do not think about until after they close: the rules. Condo associations can and do regulate a significant range of things inside the community. Flooring materials. Hardwood floors above ground level often require sound dampening and underlayment, or they are prohibited entirely to protect downstairs neighbors. Renovations, many associations require board approval before any significant interior work. Pets. Most Denver condo buildings are pet friendly, but there are often size and breed restrictions, just like apartment buildings. Another thing is noise. Quiet hours are common and enforced. The rental restriction issue is particularly important for buyers who might want to rent a unit at some point. Many condo associations cap the percentage of units that can be rented at any given time, sometimes as low as 20 or 30% of the building. And so if that cap is already at or near the limit when you buy, you may not be able to rent your unit when your circumstances change. This is not a hypothetical edge case. It is something I see come up regularly with the Denver condo market. And now, most owner associations have limits on short-term rentals such as Airbnb and VRBO. In fact, most of them have outright banned those. So read the CC&Rs before you make an offer, not after. So let me give you a practical summary. Condos tend to be a strong fit for buyers who value low maintenance above all else, who want to be in an urban location with walkability and transit access, who are buying as a first step into home ownership and plan to move up in 5 to 10 years, who travel frequently and want the security of a managed building, or who are downsizing and do not want or need the responsibilities of a single-family home. Condos tend to be a less ideal fit for buyers who want full control over their property, who plan to rent the unit at some point and find the building has rental restrictions, or who are sensitive to ongoing fee increases and the risks of special assessments, who need significant space and a yard, or who are primarily focused on long-term appreciation and equity building. Neither group is wrong, they just have different priorities, and the right property type reflects those priorities accurately. The Denver condo market right now offers real opportunity, especially at the entry level, where the price gap between condos and single-family homes is over $250,000. But condos require a different kind of due diligence than single-family homes, and the buyers who are the happiest in them are the ones who went in understanding exactly what they are signing up for. So if you're weighing a condo against a single-family home in the Denver metro, and you want to think through the numbers and the trade-offs for your specific situation, reach out. This is exactly the kind of conversation I have with buyers every week, and getting it right before you make an offer saves a lot of headaches later. Find me at navigatingdenver.com, hit subscribe for monthly market updates and more Denver real estate content, and I'll see you in the next one.